Hey everyone, welcome back to Online Art Enrichment. Today is day 31. For today's suggested art activity, we are going to be drawing block letters and bubble letters. So block letters and bubble letters are a fancier way of writing your letters. Normally, your letters, when you write, just look like this. Block letters and bubble letters have more of a shape to them. So if you are just learning how to do block letters or bubble letters, one way that I would suggest making those block or bubble letters is to start with just how you would normally write your letters. Okay, I'm going to do half of my letters in block letters and half of my letters in bubble letters. Block letters look a little bit different from bubble because they use straight lines like this. That's a block letter. A bubble letter uses rounded edges like this, like a bubble. So if you are just learning how to make block or bubble letters, I would suggest writing out your alphabet and then going from there. So I've made my alphabet. I'm going to start here with A, and I'm starting with block letters. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my lines around the letter that I've already drawn out here. And if you have a hole in your letter, like there's a hole in the middle of my A, then I'm going to draw inside of that hole like this. Moving on to my letter B, I'm just going around, again, my letter. Notice I'm not touching the inside of this letter. When I'm tracing around it, I'm leaving a little bit of space in between so that it doesn't touch that letter. And again, this B has some holes in it, so I'm going to trace those holes from the inside like this. Moving on to letter C. Again, just tracing around from the outside. And again, these are block letters. That means these edges right here, they are straight. They're not curved like bubbles. Again, that D had a hole on the inside, so I went ahead and traced a little D on the inside of that hole. Another variation of the block letter, if you don't want to have any curves at all in your letter, such as for this G, you can make them all straight lines like this. So I did draw it with a curve to begin with, but I'm going to just use straight lines like this when I'm tracing around it. That's just another way that you can do your block letters. All right, moving on to bubble letters. So again, we can see up here for my example, bubble letters have curves on them. They're rounded edges. They're not straight edges like this one here. So I'm starting with my letter M, keeping those curved edges. Nothing is pointed or sharp. They're all curved like a bubble. Again, my O letter has a hole in the middle, so I'm going to put a little hole right there. Alright, so this is my finished alphabet. I'm just going to go over a few of these so that you can see those block letters or bubble letters stand out nicely from the paper. Alright, so here is what my block letter / bubble letter alphabet looks like. You can see that the first letter lines that we started with, like we were just normally writing our letters, those became sort of guidelines to create the bubble or block letter shapes. So if you are just learning how to do these block letter or bubble letters, I would suggest just going through and doing the entire alphabet. You can do it all in block letters, you can do it all in bubble letters, you can do it a combination of both of them, however you want to do that. If you are feeling more confident in your block letters and bubble letters, I would suggest doing maybe your name or some other word that you would like to using those block or bubble letters and coloring that, decorating it really nicely, maybe adding some patterns to your letters, inside your letters, or around your letters. Here is my finished drawing. So I chose to do my name using bubble letters. And you can see that I did leave the lines that I started with in my letters. If you have an eraser around, you can erase them before you color. That way it might look a little bit better and a little bit neater. I just chose to leave them in so that you could see what I was working with. But I did go ahead and add some color, and I also added some patterns to each of my letters. I hope you guys had fun with today's art activity. If you would like to, be sure to send me pictures of what you are doing. You can do that either through emailing me, or you can use the new Google form method. Fill out your name and your grade level and click that upload file button, choose the pictures that you want to send to me, and click the submit button. Again, that method is new and I'm testing it out, so if you have any issues with it, be sure to let me know and I'll see what I can do about that. If this is your first time sending me artwork, don't be afraid to do so. I had a few people who sent me their very first artworks over this past weekend, and I was super excited to see what they were doing. I would love to be able to celebrate what you've created, either through here on my YouTube channel or on the Caldwell Facebook page. Also remember, you can follow me on Twitter and subscribe to my YouTube channel to keep up to date with what I'm doing. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!